Great day, brothers and sisters. This is Justin with Wisdom Rich, and I'm going to break down healing from spiritual trauma. As you all know, or you may not know, everything is consciousness. So what we are all a replication of is the DNA of our ancestry. So if you lived in a household, the first thing that you have to accept that you've been around is an environment that mom and dad they've placed this environment amongst themselves and they've invited you in. But you're still your own identity. It's just we take on a coding and a programming when we're in an environment because of sound, picture, food, all of the activities that we've all been brought along with, that programmed us. So some of it, mom and dad weren't doing, it wasn't so well, but we were still around it. And as you're around it, as a kid, this is what happens. This is why we all have to heal. Your consciousness is wide open. So plus and negative is positive and negative going on in the environment. So in most cases, there's a lot more negative going on in the environment. And the reason being is most people have went through a schooling. And schooling is not teaching you to actually apply. It's teaching you to keep consuming and consuming and consuming, which then eventually takes the mind out of its natural order because we already naturally know how. The know-how in a kid to get something is already placed within it. That's why it goes mama, 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 mama. It knows the frequency to get what it wants. So when you just suppress the mind with information, it takes that frequency and it lowers it. So we're at the time where COVID-19 is something that's very, very popular. And it's the reason of the crown chakra. We're vibrating too low, so Mother Earth is quaking and shaking. She's cleaning things because naturally we're just a part of the universe. We're not the whole universe. So if we're off of frequency, we lose the bigger picture. The bigger picture always is. That's why you have to raise your frequency at this time. So what's going on is naturally, when you feel an insecurity or a depression, you have to ask, was my mom insecure? Was her mom insecure? Was her mom insecure? Because it's not really you. You're actually feeling your ancestry still trying to get through because we've all been put through trauma. If we've been put in a religion, that's a trauma. That's a program placed among, they placed the system amongst the mind to tell you that if you feel how you feel, you shouldn't feel that or you're going to feel like this. So we've all been suppressed out of our natural orientation. So in order for us to heal, instead of you feeling a depression, what you should now do is take yourself out of being either Roger or Sabrina, right? You're not Roger or Sabrina. You're a spiritual code. And as you feel this depression, talk to depression like it's your child. Don't actually accept it being your exact emotion. Know that you're a conductor. You're feeling this. But in your childhood, this is something it's flaring through ancestral childhood. So somewhere in your mom, she felt insecure, and when she had you, you birthed the insecurity, but you're not insecure. The environment has given you the code to make you feel this. So how we can unplace this coding amongst ourselves is we have to understand maybe mom has felt like this, and we've been around her so long that we got used to the feeling, but it's okay to now accept that we are actually able. We're more than able. So what happens is we've all been programmed on the left side of the board, or your right side if you're looking, the negative field. So when we get over here and we start focusing more on this side, this is what usually has happened. There's more negative coming in, right? So in the universe, north, south, east, west, our aura picks up this main thing, which is negativity. So this is why bad things happen. So we always say, why do bad things happen? Well, because things of badness have been placed into the cosmos, and we've moved that in our thoughts. We've exercised it in our thoughts. And it doesn't matter that you talk negative now. It doesn't get you now. In time, that's how the energy field has been set up. So a lot of our ancestry, they gossip, we talk about things, we always don't accept new things. If it's new, it's strange to us, so we get weird. Anything that we're non-knowing about, naturally we get weird about. So what happens is, we have to now become plus more open, more aware, more adapting. Because this way, is obviously the system, and the system is not working. So our minds are naturally having to talk back to ourselves. We're forced home to talk to ourselves to say, you are willing, you are able. The world that we were all living in wasn't built off of our spiritual flying, us being free. So the new freeness is of self. So what are you good at? What can you place this mind onto to be good at doing that? And as you're good at doing that, you'll heal, because the more that you're getting good at it, the universe is going to call you to a higher calling. So in order to break all of this spiritual trauma, we have to find our passion, that plus. Because that's the only thing strong enough to take us out of this mud, you know? So if I'm in the mud, in order for me to get out of the mud, if my vehicle's in the mud, either I need pulled, or I have to meet the frequency of whatever the mud is on my tires times about 10 so I can get up out of the mud. So passion is the only way we can naturally heal. So I'm passionate about helping other people. So if you really, really want to be spiritual, make sure whatever you're passionate about, it pluses other people, because therefore, when you go very, very strong at whatever you're passionate about, you still feel good when you're winning, because you could be gaining a lot of money, which some people think as plus, but it could be robbing people spiritually, which then takes you back to where you started. And that's where everyone of the higher nature in the media is being exposed right now. Because the negative is usually more, we talk about what's negative, you know, death, that brings us, funerals, that brings us. Did you hear about how he got shot? That brings us. So-and-so got robbed, that brings us. But if someone does a good deed out of their good heart, that doesn't bring us. So that shows you we're more charged in the negative field. The universe doesn't want that no more. So we're forcing back to the plus, which is all of us are really noble. And what can you do? Not what do you know, what can you do? And as you keep doing, I can assure you that the plus comes more to your mind, because as you're doing good, you want to think good. As you think good, you want to be good. As you be good, you want to be around natural good people. So my video to you, to break this natural reverse psychology that we've all been placed upon, because all of our ancestors are not big time people of any type of control. If you're watching this video, we have to now stop the negative. In our households, it's good to build with family. Most people don't start a family business, and that's negative. You see what I'm saying? We have to get back into how can we start the family business so we can all start traveling. Because you know one thing, when foreigners come over here, one thing they do know is a plus. And it breaks my heart that a lot of people in America don't know the language, and this person can come over and get so much money not even knowing the language. So that just tells you their mindset of just thinking positive. It's not even what they're saying, because we don't even comprehend, we're just giving them the money. So it's about the plus. And if you go plus, it breaks off all the negative. It's all about chemistry. Thanks for watching.